How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Manatee Gaming. So we have episode 2 in our 0 to 100 million series, where you all go all the way to 100 million with me. So we're going to start off this with a really short recap, and that is to remember to be working on your farming runs. Doing the farming runs are going to be very important throughout the series. In the very first video, I said that we're not going to be counting any of that farming runs toward that first 5 million, but now the farming runs are going to start to count towards the amount of money that we're going to be wanting to make. So they're actually going to be helping to get to our goal. Now, we're not really going to be worried about making a massive amount of our money by doing the farming, but we are going to have some requirements for that, and I'm going to just explain those here pretty soon. So as you see right there, went ahead and planted these mushrooms. Now, remember that when you're doing any kind of farming, guys, you're going to want to use the super compost. Another thing to remember too is it's not really actually that important to pay for any kind of protection for anything except for very certain things. The only things that I actually personally pay for protection for would be an elder tree, because elder trees tend to die quite often, and they're worth quite a bit of EXP. So for me, that's a little bit worth doing. And then maybe some trees or whatever that don't have a very high cost at all. If the cost to protect the tree is anywhere near close to buying a new seed, then it's really not worth doing, which makes protecting most things in the game kind of pointless. So as you see right here, collecting this potato cactus, I now actually get some potato cactus as my cactus is not dead, and I'm going to go ahead and clear it and then plant a new one. Now, the reason why I clear and plant a new one is rather than just coming back and collecting the same thing is because the potato cactus seeds themselves are rather cheap. They're only 131 GP currently, and they only cost 1 to actually plant it. So and apparently that cost nothing. Okay, so, I think, I don't know what happened there. I think maybe I got an extra seed. There's really no reason to worry about not planting a new seed. It's definitely worth planting it. That way you get more farming experience. So, as we see right here, as we've seen in the last video, about the fact that you do get quite a bit of money per thing you do. For the Morchellas, I was able to get about 65,000, and from these potato cactuses, I do get a total of going up to 85,000. So I get about 20,000 for doing that potato cactus, which is actually really good. Something else to keep in mind too is if you have the Mortania set done, then you're going to be able to get extra Morchella mushrooms from doing your plots, and you will also have a 0% chance of them dying in certain plots. So it's definitely worth doing your tasks in order to increase your chances with those of making more money. So the next thing I'm going to be showing you guys, and this is going to be something different and a little bit new, is we're going to be going to Prif, and we're going to be doing this next thing I'm going to show you here in just 1 second. So we're going to be going to the Meller district, and we're going to be doing sandstones. So I did not show sandstones in the first series, the first video, and the reason why I didn't show sandstones in the first video is simply because I didn't really think that a lot of people that would be, that are working on their first 100 million, I didn't think a lot of them would have Prifidinus unlocked. So if you don't have Prifidinus unlocked, that's totally fine. Just keep in mind that you can totally do something else. You can just do extra farm runs to make up for the cash here, and kind of the same situation as we had in the first video. The amount of money we're going to make from this is not actually going to be counted towards our total, towards our 100 million. So that gives you plenty of opportunity that if you are able to do this, great, use it to add up your money. If not, then just do more farming. Okay, so what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go into the maw area here. So this is the area where you find the maw, the mother lode maw. And I'm going to go and reach inside the mother lode maw, which is not actually part of the sandstone, but if you're in here, there's no reason not to do it. And I get a fish flinger metal enhancer, so that's actually really good because I don't have any of those. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and this is what you're actually going to do. So in order to come into the mother lode maw, you do have to have an extremely high total level. You have to be pretty close to max, and then you also have to have 115 dungeoneering. So if you aren't able to use this Crystal Flex Sandstone, don't worry about it too much. I'm going to show you guys the next location here in 1 second, but I'm going to go ahead and mine this. Now the cool thing about this, guys, and this goes with all the sandstone areas in the game, is that doing the Crystal Flex Sandstone or the red sandstone is really, really beneficial. Keep in mind, in order to do the sandstones, even in the other areas, you have to have at least 81 mining, and you have to have as a first resort done in order to turn them into flasks. And I think you have to have as a first resort done even to be able to mine them in the first place. So make sure you do that quest, as that quest is extremely beneficial because it also allows you to decant stuff into flasks. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and finish getting the rest of these, and I'll be able to show you what you're going to be able to do with these. Okay, so we're done there. Now we're going to use the Master Camouflage Suit. Hopefully you have the Master Camouflage Suit. If you don't have the Master Camouflage Suit, then you can use a Crystal Teleporting Seed. If you don't have access to Prif at all, just like I said, just kind of, use this for in the future. This is definitely something you're going to want to do. So what I like to do is I like to start over there in the Mailer District in the Motherlode Maw. Then I like to come over here, and then I like to go over to this Robust Glass Machine in Ithel. So the Robust Glass Machine will turn all of these Crystal Flex Sandstones into crystal glass, and then the crystal glass you can actually blow into flasks. Now, there's another Crystal Flex Sandstone spot right here. If you do not have access to the Motherlode Maw, then you can go over here, and I believe you get 50 total Crystal Flex Sandstones from mining this one right here. So that is a great substitute if you do not have the Motherlode Maw. If you have the Motherlode Maw open, then it's a great idea to just go ahead and do both of them. Also, if you are part of our Twitter, and I do, really encourage you to join the Twitter, follow on the Twitter. It is at RS Manatee Gaming. You'll see that I just got my new 120 crafting cape. Woo! So doing these crystal glass is actually a great way to raise your crafting for free. As you see right here, making one crystal glass does give you 150 base EXP. That is increased by 20% if you're actually in the Ithel area during the Ithel hour, and then you can increase it with more things like avatars and crafters and stuff like that. The crystal flask value right now is $13.49, so it's honestly just like free money by doing this. You can just sit here and you can grind these out and get $13.49 each. Now, what I'm going to show you next is something else pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and dump all this back in the bank for now, and then we're going to go to the next area. For this next area, guys, you're going to want to bring what is called a porter. A sign of the porter. So I have some sign of the porter in here in my bank, as you can see. If you do not have these sign of the porters, you can either make these sign of the porters, you can also get them from doing the divine simulacrums, which is a divine location. Or you can also get these from Thieving Amlod. That's also another great way to get them. I actually got all of mine that are in here from Thieving Amlod. I think I got most of these Sign of the Porter 5s from doing the Divine Simulacrum. But anyway, you're going to grab a couple of these, and then you're going to want to teleport to the Ooglog Lodestone. So make sure that you've completely emptied out the Crystal Flex Sandstone. Something else I should be mentioning here, guys, also is that if you have the Resourceful Aura, I'm going to go ahead and bring that with me. If you have the Resourceful Aura, it's a really great idea to do this while you're doing the sandstone. What the Resourceful Aura does is it gives you a 10% chance that while you're mining or you're wood cutting, that your resource is not going to be depleted. That does work on the sandstones, which means essentially every day you're going to get 10% more money and more EXP because you will actually be getting extra sandstones from doing these things. So be sure to wear the Resourceful Aura when you're here. So in the area that we're in now, this is Ooglog. If you've never been here before, this is the place where you do the As a First Resort quest. This is also the area where you go to decant stuff into flasks. And this is where another mining rock is. Now this mining rock is a little bit different because this mining rock is actually the red sandstone mining rock. So what you're going to want to do here, guys, is you're going to want to wear a sign of the porter. Now the reason why you're going to want to wear a sign of the porter is because you want to send these items straight to your bank. There's another option of doing this if you don't have sign of the porter. I'll go ahead and unequip that for a second so I can get a few of these and then actually show you. I do recommend for sure doing the sign of the porter method, but I will show you what the alternative is. Although I really don't recommend doing the alternative, I would really only do it if you have absolutely no other option because it is slower than doing it this way. So I'm not going to sit here and mine all these because I don't want this video to take 6 hours, but what you can do is you can run over here, you go to the squeeze through the rock passage spot, with some of your redstone in your inventory. So you squeeze through there. After you go through there, you come over here to this robust glass machine. This is the exact same robust glass machine as the one over in Ithel, and then you can turn these into robust glass. Now, after doing that, you do have to run over to the bank, and then after you go to the bank, you can run back to the rock. The problem here is the fact that you have to do all of this running. It is way better to just use the sign of the porter to send them back to your bank, and then hop back and forth between Ithel bank chest and the robust glass machine and Ithel. It's much faster to do it that way. So I highly recommend just sending these robust glass to your bank. Now you'll probably end up like me and just procrastinate ever doing it and end up with like 3,000 plus red sandstones. Something else to keep in mind, guys, is obviously this whole series right here is about making a lot of extra money. So if you're wondering how much money these are actually worth and, well, if it's worth doing, this is 8,147 per robust glass, which makes it pretty amazing. If you look down here, and I'll go ahead and turn this off of the lightweight mode and pull it across here. As you see, my GP per hour just rocketing up there as I am making these, because you do get 8,000 gold profit every one you make, which means doing those is extremely profitable and well worth your time. Not to mention there are also 100 base crafting EXP each, and then after you use your boosts, use your portable crafters and stuff like that, it's going to be even higher. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to be showing you is going to be, well actually, that's really it for the brand new things. Okay, so with all the different things we've learned so far, you guys are going to be able to make a few million extra each day. And oh, that's right. Okay, just kidding. I have something else new. I like to pull your guys', pull your chain every once in a while. Sorry about that. I got one more new thing to go show you guys, and that's going to be going to Taverley. So we're going to go ahead and hop into this hole in the ground. I don't know. I'm not sure if you guys have that teleportation thing, but it's kind of funny. I really wish they let you get both. Like, I'm pretty sure the only way you can get both was by buying rune coins. It really sucked. Anyway, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Taverley. Once you get to Taverley, you're going to want to run over to, wow, you're going to want the computer to lag a whole lot, and then you're going to want to, through the lag, run over to his Slayer Master right here and trade. The alternative to running this Slayer Master is going to pretty much every other Slayer Master in the game, and then also, besides doing that, you could also use your Slayer Cape to teleport straight to the Slayer Master. That's kind of the cool thing about the cape. Once you get there, you see broad arrowheads. Info on broad arrowheads says that they are 50 gold each, so you're going to go ahead and buy all of these. Now, when you buy all of these, if there's anyone watching this video and they're like, oh man, yeah, we already know about buying broad arrowheads. Well, there's something that a lot of people don't take into consideration when they're buying these broad arrowheads. So right off the bat, you guys can notice that we paid 50 gold each, which means we spent 150,000 on these. Now, if I click add all to these, it's actually worth 201,000, which means by simply buying this shop's inventory, we were able to make 51,000 gold. Now, that's pretty sweet, and it's also pretty cool because every day you can go back and do this with a Slayer Master again, and then you can also go to another Slayer Master like the one in like Majna, or something else that's not linked together. So a lot of the Slayer Masters are linked together. What you want to do, like as far as their stores are linked together, store inventory is. So what you want to do is just go to a Slayer Master that's not linked together. The ones I like doing is I like doing Taverley, and then I like to go to Menaphos. Those two are not linked together. That way you can get the full 6,000 broad arrowheads per day on your account, which means that that's 102,000 profit each day. Now, the thing is, guys, though, is that I highly recommend that you don't go sell these broad arrowheads every day. A lot of people do that, and a lot of people also recommend doing that. Now, I actually recommend for you to not do that and not listen to those people and do something else. So, what I recommend you do is that you actually save up the broad arrowheads until you have like 100,000 or more. Once you have 100,000 or more, buy headless arrows. I was going to say like unheaded arrows for some reason. Buy the headless arrows in the Grand Exchange. When you have the headless arrows in the Grand Exchange and you have your 100,000 that you've saved up, broad arrowheads or more, then what you can do is you can actually go on the forums and you can sell them as a broad arrow set, which will actually get you far more money per broad arrowhead. Selling them as sets, guys, is much more profitable than it is just dumping these arrowheads into the Grand Exchange each day. And unless you're extremely on a budget, it's not really going to be that hard for you to blow 300,000 gold each day to stock up broad arrowheads. Plus, by the time you sell them the first time around, you'll have money for forever to go do it again. So I do definitely recommend doing that, as the broad arrow sets, like I said, are considerably higher than selling the broad arrowheads. Okay, guys, the next thing over here is while you're doing your broad arrowhead run and while you are also checking that tree over there in Taverley, if you are currently trying to get more EXP in farming, if you really only want to do farming for money right now, then obviously there's not really much reason for you to do that tree. But it is obviously a good idea if you are trying to get max cape or something. While you're here, you might as well go over to Politax and then over, or whatever his name is. There's such weird names. Go over to Politax. While you're here, you can stop in and grab these limpwort roots. You can also grab these unicorn horn dusts, and then you can also grab these 40 vial of water packs. So 40 vial of water packs cost 500 each, which means we are going to be spending 20,000 gold to buy all of these vial of water packs. Now, keep in mind we spent 20,000. We're going to open up all these. We're going to go into our money, and then we're going to see what these are. So by spending 20,000, guys, we ended up making 84,000 gold profit just by buying these. Also, we spent 5 each on these limpwort roots. Now we're going to end up cashing in at 23.99 each. And on these 5 unicorn horn dusts, we're also going to go ahead and look at those, and that's 430 each. We only spent 5 each. Keep in mind, guys, that our total cost right here was about 20,100 or less. So we made close to 100,000 gold just by stopping to poll attacks here. Now, there are obviously quite a few shops you can go to in RuneScape, and I definitely recommend going to quite a few of the different shops. As they do end up giving you quite a bit of money. I'm going to go ahead and show you another shop real quick and show you an example of what I'm talking about. So we're going to go to the Lunar Isle, and we're going to go over to a shop. Now, I don't want to make this series about all about these daily runs, but the thing is, guys, is when you're trying to make that 100 million as fast as you possibly can, and to continue making consistent money on your account, you do need to do things that are going to consistently give you money. And when these daily runs are so easy to do, that unless you are already a billionaire, you probably should be doing these daily runs. I'll just go ahead and be honest with you, because the amount of money per hour by doing these daily runs is quite high. So while we're in here, we're going to buy these air runes. We're also going to buy these fire runes. We're also going to buy these nature runes, and then we're going to buy these astral runes. And honestly, I'm going to buy them all because I just need runes in general, so I'm just going to go ahead and buy all these runes. So now these rune shops right here, I'm going to show you an example really quick of what the rune shops are going to be like. Wow, cannot talk. So we've got 6,000 runes that we paid about 17 each. I'll just go ahead and count that as 17 for now. 6,000 runes that we counted, that was 17 each. So that's 6,000 times 17. So we'll take off that 1,000 now. So 101,000 is what we spent on these basic runes. And then I also spent about 37k on the natures or whatever, and then no, I spent more than that because about 300. But about close to 100,000 on those. And then these astral runes, we spent about 22,000. So now, keeping those numbers in mind, guys, we're going to go take a look at what we just ended up making off these. So keep in mind, off the basic runes, so I'm going to go into the basic runes first. That cost us 101,000. We got to take off that extra 1,000 because those were only 16 each. So 101,000. Trust me, I know math, even though I act like I don't know math. We got air runes here, we've got the fire runes here, we've got the earth runes, bodies, the mines, and the waters. So 257,000 gold, which gives us a grand total of 257,000. Whoa, that's not what I meant to do. We went to making 156,000 gold. There you go, 156. Hey, look, there it is. Whoa, boom. So 156,000 gold, guys, is what we ended up making just by buying these 6 basic rune stacks. So that's it, just these 6 basic rune stacks. Like, can you believe that by going to Polytax and by stopping at our broad arrows and by doing this, we've already made over 300,000 gold in profit? It's nuts. I know, it's crazy. So also, we're going to take a look at quickly these nature runes. We bought those for like 372. Those are 443 in the Grand Exchange right now, which means you made a good money on those. I'm not going to get into how much. We paid 220 each on those, and they're still going for 362. You guys get the idea. We're making a lot of money right here. It's just really, really quick, easy money. Now, there are quite a few other places that you guys can go to buy runes. I'm not really going to go hop to all of them because that would take forever and not make a whole lot of sense for me to make this video like 6 billion years long. But from the last video, I realized you guys did definitely enjoy this series, so I'm going to go ahead and show you something else really quick as well. So, yeah, you know what? Well, why not? Why not? Let's make the video longer. If you support longer videos to make more money, then let me know in the comments below, and I will make them longer. Okay, so we're looking over here. We see Bert. Now, Bert is a swell guy. Bert likes to go and play in his gigantic bathtub or sink, whatever the heck that is, and bake bread. But also, Bert, on his spare time, goes and collects a ridiculous amount of buckets of sand. So, if you click on sand for Bert, and you have to have desert treasure done before you can do this, I believe it's either desert treasure or it's actually part of the tasks. You know what? You guys are all going to hate me now, but I can't remember what the unlock is for this. I'm pretty sure it is, actually, I think it might be tasks and desert treasure. So he will say good morning to you, and then he will send sand right to your bank. Now, you're probably wondering, why the heck would I come all the way over here just to get some buckets of sand? They're not worth very much gold. That's very true. They're not really worth much money. But, surprise, surprise, there's those reeds that we were planting before, so we'd be able to come over here and grab those reeds. Now you're probably thinking, hey, look, we're adding things together and making it more efficient. That's all. You know what, guys? That is what it's all about. To become a billionaire in RuneScape, all you have to do is just find more efficient ways of doing things, spend way less time staring at the wall, and a lot more money putting money in your pocket. All right, so we swung over here, we stopped by Bert, we looked at his giant bathtub, and we harvested these reeds. We'll just go ahead and act like we harvested those because I'm not going to waste the time doing that. After you're done with that, you can run over here, and then So basically what we're doing is we're adding something onto a run that I showed you guys in the first episode, and we're just making it a little bit more advanced. So going into the Magic Guild, we're going to go in here, we're going to go up these stairs, and we're going to go over to this person that says Magic Store Owner. I think it's him. Hopefully it's him. Please be him. Okay, it is him. And look, magically, he has extremely similar inventory to that old crone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to buy all these runes. Ba-ba-boom, ba-ba-boom. Now we already know that we just made bank from this. Okay, so we can't buy astrals here because you can only buy astrals from the Baba Yaga, but you can buy souls here, which I don't even know if those are profit or not. If they are, then buy them. If they're not, then don't do it. I don't really care, so I'm not going to. So now we've also done that. Now keep in mind, guys, there are plenty of more rune shops, but like I said, I'm not going to try to make this entire series about doing dailies. I will probably make a video that's all about doing dailies later on, but you can definitely add more shop runs if you would like to. You can go to some other ones you can go to would be looking here. You can go to Varrock and go to Aubrey, I believe is his name. You can also go to Port Sarim and go see that witch. And then if you want to, you can run all the way out to the wilderness and you can go actually to the Mage Bank. And the Mage Bank actually has another full inventory like these guys do. So you can make 150 or 200,000 or whatever it is by stopping up there. Although, unless you're really on a budget or really bored, I wouldn't really recommend doing the Mage Bank one because that one does take quite a bit longer to actually go to. But if you're going to be doing that one, actually, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Edgeville. You're going to want to pull the lever, and then that will get you out there the quickest. Watch out for PKers. There's not that many PKers out there anymore, but every once in a while there is. Just don't bring anything with you. Alright guys, so the next thing I'm going to be talking about here is what we're going to be doing for goals. So I just showed you guys a whole bunch of new ways to add to your runs and also explain some more things about just like new ways of making money. So what I want you guys to do for this entire video, or like this, I guess the next step, I don't really know what to call it, the next step in our journey, is I want you to pick a AFK monster and go kill them, as well as doing your sandstones if you can. Go and get all your stuff from pole attacks, save up your bought arrowheads, hit all these rune shops, do your farm runs, blah 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 blah. Make really fast money by doing all these things, and then sit an AFK monster whenever you have some spare time. What I want you guys to get to is I want you to get to 20 million gold. After you're at 20 million gold, okay, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward. Oh, hey, look, congratulations, you hit 20 million gold. All right, so now that you've hit 20 million gold, we're going to go over here, and we're going to switch on a different cape really quick because that's going to help me to explain this next part. So, we're no longer talking about crafting, we're talking about herblore. Okay, so what you guys are going to want to do is, I just released a brand new money-making method, and if you're watching this video right now, that means the money-making method was released yesterday. So the money-making method that I released is unfinished potions. You can find the link to that video in the description below. Check out that video, and I want you guys to go turn your 20 million gold into 40 million gold using that money-making method. So it's a really fast money-making method. If you don't have the requirements for that one, or maybe that one is just, you know, like say you don't feel comfortable doing that one, you can make other unfinished potions as well. Pretty much make any unfinished potions you want to as profit. Now keep in mind, in order to do that money-making method efficiently, you're going to have to find some portable wells, which you can easily find by just going to the portables friend chat. After you have found the portable wells, please remember that you do have to have the Dungeoneering scroll, and I'm actually going to go stop over there really quick because I didn't show it in that video. So if you guys are dedicated and you're actually watching this video all the way to this, number one, I love you. You're my best friend ever. And please put in the comments below, you're my best friend ever. So we're going to teleport to Daemonheim now, and I'm going to show you guys the scroll that you need to do that unfinished potion method a little bit more efficiently. Actually, not really a little bit more. You actually totally need it, otherwise it doesn't work. So we're going to go over here, and we're going to look, and it is the not Scroll of Life. That is not the right scroll. That is the wrong scroll. Don't buy that one right now, at least not for that, and then don't blame me because you bought the wrong one. Here we go, right here. It is called the Scroll of Cleansing, guys. It's going to be 20,000 Dungeoneering tokens. It says reading the scroll permanently unlocks the Wasteless Scroll Herblore ability. When concocting a potion, there's a chance you will complete the potion slightly quicker and that you will save the secondary item completely. Now that activates quite often actually, and also gives you the chance of making the potion quicker quite often, which will allow you to make a lot of profit by doing those unfinished potions. So make sure that you're using wells, that way you get extra potions, and then also make sure you're using that scroll, that way you get extra secondaries. And then your goal, guys, by the time we have our next episode, or if you're following along in this way after our episodes are no longer coming out, like, you know, the series is already out because I'm talking to you people in the future. If you're watching this in 2 months, then before you go to the next episode, guys, please hit 40 million gold. So remember, with everything I showed you in this video right here, and also hitting up some more Slayer tasks or AFK monsters, you're going to hit 20 million gold. Once you hit 20 million gold, you're going to go do that new money-making method all the way to 40 million gold. If you don't know how to find that money-making method, remember, guys, it is in the description below. So the next time we talk, you guys are going to have 40 million gold, and we're going to do some really cool stuff that's going to be able to push us closer and closer to our 100 million goal. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this series. It's been very clear by the comments below in the first video that you guys enjoyed the series, and that makes me like super excited and very happy and really motivated to make some more video content for you guys. As always, if you enjoyed the videos, please leave a like. It actually helps the channel quite a bit because it helps to get the video out there, so the likes really do mean a lot. Put some comments below and, you know, talk, because I really love reading comments. I actually read every single comment that anybody posts about anything, no matter what it is. So I will respond if you have any questions. Trust me, I have nothing else to do in life. I just like reading comments. No, I'm just kidding. I like to stay engaged with you guys and, you know, and answer questions. The whole reason why I make these is to help you guys out. So if I know I'm helping you guys out, that makes me happy. Also, in the description below, you will find a link to our Discord channel. You can feel free to join our Discord channel and discuss the series, or really any other stuff you feel like discussing. Or if you have any questions or anything like that, you can always just send them directly to me in a DM on the Discord as well, and I will get back to you no matter what. I always answer direct message and stuff on Discord. If I don't get back to you right away, it's probably because I was just a little bit busy, but I will get back to you as quick as I can. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. You have a great one. See you later.